morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. It is Tuesday morning. We're going to go ahead and pour this garage we got ready yesterday. Just putting some chairs underneath it, getting things tied and finalized. And mixers due any minute. Boy, what a difference from yesterday morning to today. Gorgeous out, about 55 degrees, nice and cool, no rain, blue skies. It's going to be a great day. So about every other one we put a chair under just to help hold those rods up. Steve's getting them tied so nothing moves during the pour. Drains are set 2 inches low. 2, Steve? 2 inches low from our wall height, so everything drains right to the floor drain as it runs off the car. That's about it. Truck's here mixing up. We're just gonna swing him nice and wide right in here. We have to shovel a little bit into that bay. Did I show you that yet? Little change in plans. This was supposed to be part of the garage, now it's part of the house. So we just have to put some concrete in there so they can extend that plywood floor over. Okay, that was 10 yards. A little bit of a drag to the back wall. This one is going to be about the same. So we'll go ahead and get our number 2 truck coming in right now. Number 1's washing up. Get the camera somewhere safe. How's bull floating going? Looks good. Take your time on this, it really helps the finishers out in the next hour. Alright, good. Number 2 already has the chutes on, right into place. Start going. Looks like we put one more chute on him. So we're down to this one corner. Tom's working it. Always pointing the straight edge at the drain, keeping his ends down. 2 rakers, rough raking, final raking. Everybody else is on cleanup. Matt's taking care of the sill. First truck, still pretty soft, but going pretty good. Yeah, I think we have plenty in there. A little bit light in the sill right here, but they're gonna have a little bit coming out. So we are good. We made it with 20 yards. Any idea what you got in there? A couple wheelbarrows? Yep, not too much left. All right, I'll get on bull floating. Floor's all bull floated, nice and flat, slow. We've got a couple lines, but nothing major. We want to bull float it, a nice flat bull float where you're not leaving a bunch of lines that you got to rub out when the concrete's tight. So that's all the concrete we had left. He's washing up now. And I think we're going to load up and head to our next project shortly. We'll get some footage of troweling this real quick. Okay, so they just pulled the 2x4 lip out of there. That's what we're looking for. Now we'll broom that, clean it up, make it look real nice. Jim's working on this side. This is number 2 truck, so it's a little bit wetter. So he's pulling the pins. He'll get this edged and set up. We're going to throw a cut right under this beam, that's center of the floor. We're going to put a tool cut in there for tonight. I don't want to come back here tomorrow morning to do my saw cutting and see a crack in the center of the floor, and that's where all the stress is, always in the center. So I'm gonna jump on here and help the guys out. The first pass is done on number 1 truck. Now I have my sill edger. It has a real high radius on it. Cleaning up this edge, making it nice and rolled. So with that all cleaned up, it's still just a little bit wet before I broom it. So I just take a real soft bristled brush, lay it right in that edge. It's just a little bit wet right now. Okay, I waited about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Let's get it through. All broomed. Jim's laying down the edge. Out here we just do a 4-inch edge mark. Slow and flat. So that's what we're looking for. That way this is outside, we get plenty of traction on it if there's a little bit of rainwater or snow sitting on there. Number 2 is almost ready to go. Okay, so they're getting ready to get on. Second pass there, first pass right here, still a little bit soft. I'll turn the camera over to these guys and I'm heading to project number 2 for the day. So,
is there a reason you guys went that way?
No, you're good.
Okay.
It's a little tighter over here. Alright. So we'll meet out there. What else?
Talk to you soon.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so that's it for this one. Floor's all nice and troweled. Sills are broomed and edged. Caution tape's up. Matt's just working his way off, so we're gonna get loaded up and head off to the next one.
So here's our number 2 project for today. It is 23.6 by 21. So we always like to get the big pour done in the morning, and then we can do these smaller pours throughout the day. A little bit easier if we have to leave guys behind finishing concrete. Now we're pouring this with just a partial crew. So we did bracing all the way around the perimeter. Tap conduit to the sides. These hold really well. Couple kickers here. There's a beam pocket right here, so the guys block that off so concrete doesn't run around. We poured this about a week and a half ago. And we purposely did this first. That way we could build these walls in between the beams. The beams are over 6 feet apart. So I just wanted to make sure that the decking didn't sag or worse, collapse, because there is quite a bit of weight up there. So we put a partition wall in between each beam. So a lot has to happen for this decking to collapse. Might sag a little bit and bow these studs, but well, we'll know in about an hour. So there's the view from down here. We'll have a pumper here shortly getting set up. So we might get a little concrete seeping through these gaps here. We're just tight up against this beam. You can see a little bit of daylight. I ran a bead of caulking down there. It looks pretty good. I see a little tiny gap right there, as well as these corners are opened up right there. So we just put some plastic just as a protection down here. We get a couple drips or anything hitting this, easy cleanup. Rather than messing up our work we just have all completed here. So we have to set in our anchor bolts. So we come in 1 foot, put a nail, 6 foot, a nail, that's where the anchor bolt is. Then we marked our beam right here, and we might do our saw cutting directly on top of these beams. Bolt, I didn't want the bolt pencil marks to get mixed up with these beam pencil marks. So we're marking the bolts with nails. 1 foot back, 1 foot over, 6 foot, 6 foot, 1 foot, and so on. All marked out so we don't have to think about anything other than finishing concrete. Right, Jim? Pouring this, we have to set the center for height. So once we get concrete all over this deck and all the weight on it, Matt will be up on a 2x4. Jim will be up on a 2x4 nice and tight. And I'll take a 2x4 right under here, and this will be the top of concrete right here. So you'll see us doing that. I don't know if I'll have time to talk about it when we're pouring, but at least you'll know what we're doing. Okay, we're making good time. The the pumper truck's a little bit early, so we'll get him set up. We're gonna put him right here on the street, outriggers in the grass. And then we'll short side that side with outriggers. That way we're not blocking the whole entire street. And I'll show you that in a second. Right in position, back outrigger, front one. This is a $500 mailbox. Forward. Good. You like that? Right there. Right there. Crew is starting to show up. Okay, good. The boom is just coming this side, so we'll short outrigger the other side. I think he's going to do that right now. Pulling him out at all? we can still get a car through here. There's only 1, 2, 3 houses down here. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, stretching the boom out. Oh, and here comes a car. Alright, we'll get it stretched out, see if it's long enough. We may have to put 1 or 2 rubber hoses to the end to get all the way to the deck, but we'll see how close we get. It always amazes me, the engineering there, how that all just unfolds and it doesn't flip the truck over. Not that there's a lot of weight up there compared to the weight of the truck. It's gonna be pretty close. Now he'll stretch all that out and lay it down and get as long as he can. He's got another 20 feet, 25 feet to the deck. We were debating power buggies and I didn't want to take the buggies up on there. Wheelbarrows, this seemed like the best choice. Even a tow behind pumper, we'd have to lay line and clean up the mess. And this truck was available. There it is, completely stretched out. 10 feet of driveway, 10 feet of gravel. So 3 to 4 hoses. Mixer's here right on time, mixing up. Now yesterday we mixed up a concrete slurry and put in here. Today, I don't know if you can see it, it's called a slick pack. If you touch that and get it on your hands, you're wiping it off for about 3 days. It's so slimy and sticky, it just sticks to everything. There's some on the road right here, I almost just slipped. Okay, almost there. It's kind of noisy back there. He mixed up that slick pack and put it in the hopper. Now that'll push in front of the concrete through these lines. It's not so much the steel lines, but once we get the rubber, that takes all the cement to coat that, and now you're just left with aggregate, and that'll plug up. Right here where it reduces, that's where it wants to plug, or 10 or 15 feet into this line, may want to plug. So that slick pack will hopefully prevent that. So on this, it's called an air cuff. So when we're done pouring, it pinches this rubber hose, which you could drive a car over this and you're not going to crush that. So they put this bag on it and they put air pressure to it. Go ahead. Look how it squeezes that. Can you imagine getting your hand caught in there? Pretty neat. I've never seen that. So notice how the line comes over here to the edge. We'll pump the first wheelbarrow of material out. We don't want that in the deck. It'll be all the slime, it'll be aggregate. So we'll get rid of that and then we'll start with good concrete. Okay. I hear it coming. Can you feel it yet?
Can't feel it, I can hear it.
Getting heavier, Matt?
It's right there.
I can hear it right here. There we go. Pretty good? Yep. Up on the deck. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is how we set our height. Pulling the board across that board. Right, like so. I can't do it with one hand here. So I'm across that board. Matt's on his. Steve's setting the concrete for height.
Good.
Perfect. And he marks it with his float. X marks the spot. Now he'll just straight edge from this point to where we did it earlier, and that'll set the same plane on the floor. Matt, what do you have? 1.5 inches, 2 inches? 2 inches from back to front. No, each straight edger will just come right down the edge and the wet screed. Right to the front. All right, probably what, one more pump here and maybe one over there and we're good? That's true, it's tightening up pretty quick underneath there. That all gets buried. We're going to pour the driveway right on top of all of this. All right, I'll set you on the tripod and join in. Okay, that was 10 yards of concrete. Exactly. That's all we had left. Clean looking down there? Okay.
Pretty clean.
Alright, I want to go down and see those 2x4s. Slow and flat. That's a swivel head on that bull float, so you don't have to raise and lower the handle. You twist it and it changes the pitch of the bull float. Then you can use one handle or you can use 4 handles. Let's go see how they look down here. Yeah, looks nice. So a little bit of water dripping through on the plastic, but I don't see any concrete. Two by fours have a little bow to them. And we had a little bit of concrete come through this beam pocket right here. Not too bad. We'll get this cleaned up. Rest of it looks good. It's a little bit there. Nice. Okay, let's get that pumper cleaned up and get them out of here. So we're doing one final check. We're back about 8 inches.
Around your hand.
String.
Wrap the string around your hand. There you go.
Nice and tight. Tighter the better. Setting the block. And we're right on the money. Is that high?
It was a little bit.
A little bit?
That's money.
Money. Now we know when the garage door sets, it'll be nice and true. Now we'll hit this with a straight edge. Everything will be nice and even plane. Might as well keep the camera rolling. Here he is. Okay, so he leaves a board mark in there the whole way across. Now from this end, making it match. That's what we're looking for. Okay, just cleaning a little bit of debris off of the driveway. That's how I'm going to leave it here. A couple guys will stay behind and trowel that. 3, 4 of us are going to head over and get our third project going. We're not pouring, just prepping. So stay with us and see what we're up to. Final project for today. We're going to get this sport court pad ready. Not sure of the exact size yet. We're just getting set up and the owner's going to give us the measurements. We have to do a sport court here. We're going to do a floor for that utility room and then a slab on top for an upper garage. That's the plan.